It's going to be a great day, people. Heading to the Numaji Transport Museum from now. Really can't wait for that. I've got a hunch we're going to see some amazing cars. I saw exactly what I wanted to see, but was guided in the complete opposite direction. But I can see some. Is that some wheels? Is that the Mazda 787B wheels? Anyway, no doubt we're going to have a good old time, people. Let's go. V8 engine swap ideas. Check that out. Lots of planes, which is cool and all. Oh, I mean, there's more planes. There's heaps of interesting stuff here. That's an incredible model. Of course. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, whatever. So, this display I alluded to earlier. Now, it's billed as racing car tyres. And there's, of course, some sort of rotary-powered, it's not a road pacer, 787B quad rotor. And wheels we all know and love, people. But it's billed as a tyre exhibition, which I'm going to touch. Probably, I touched the paper, I touched that too. It's all very exciting. Holy crap. Presumably a replica of the Wright Flyer engine. That's nuts, people. Rotary engine, we can hand crank it, people. Oh, jeez. 0.7 RPM. Okay, so I've jetted down the stairs and I can finally see the car I'm here to see. And anyway, I got to take it slow because it's special moments, people. Of course, we've got a bit of a Cosmo here, L10B by the looks of it. Doesn't specifically say, but it appears to have the longer body, but round indicators. Not saying that that's concretely a telltale, but this panel here should tell us.
Yeah, this Cosmo had me flipping out a bit. I was checking the grill over and over again, and let me tell you why. Because it is indeed an earlier Cosmo. The face doesn't say so, nor does the lengthened body, but these were developed for the Nürburgring 84 hours cars to improve cooling and handling. The two race-prepped cars also had development done on their 10A rotary engines, which resulted in a 20 horsepower increase.
Next thing we got to discover, is it a replica? Is it the real deal? Is this you know what I'm saying? Don't touch, sure. I mean, it's not pristine, so it's got some age to it. Bits of overspray here and there, but the rubber seals look ancient.
And with the aid of Google Translate, future Daniel is going to tell you all about this car. It is not the original car. That one, sadly, is no longer with us. So Mazda, they developed this replica back in the year 2000. It was then in 2009 that the car got donated to this museum. One very interesting aspect about this replica is that it had a 13B engine. That does my head in. But this ultimately did get replaced with a 10A to bring it closer to its 1968 spec. And as I reflect on all this, I'd rather not know it was a replica, I think. Ignorance being bliss and all. But what say you? Does knowing it's a replica lessen it for you? Let me know in the comments.
But what an iconic bloody vehicle. I think I've seen a photo of this at the Mazda Museum itself, on the wall there. That's some funky muffler action. They are not playing. So, that... I'm forgetting what it looks like, the original one looks like. But certainly... The section they've taken out of the body is neatly prepared. It's not like they've axed it. That is curious. Is this like a Mazda speed item? Absolutely fascinating, and I still can't wait to get over there, but as I said, I'm pacing myself. Marathon de la Route. That sounds like an Aussie adventure if I've ever heard one. Yeah, very cool. Okay, well, do I waste time looking at the RX-8? Sure. Hydrogen, dual fuel system, Congratulations. Okay, people, this is the car I'm here to see. I'm stoked to see it. It recently made its way back to this transport museum after getting engine repairs. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, this was actually seen as a successor, or the development of this car came after the Cosmo. They were looking for a replacement for that one. Clearly, this wasn't it. The engine is mounted here at the back, and they were considering designs for that to take on the role of the successor. And apparently, they couldn't get the package compact enough. I mean, as you can see, this is a car not built for Instagram at all. It's pretty big. But this is, oh my God, there's just so much things I just want to drool over. And I have very little knowledge. I did a quick Google just before. Apparently when it was first built, it was green up the top and then a dark colour, perhaps even this colour, at the bottom, which came up to here. Then prior to it getting displayed at the 1970 motor show, whatever it was, they painted it yellow up the top because that was more in line with what Mazda were doing apparently. And then ultimately it got this silver paint job, which is funky as. And I've got to check if they're they're Stanley lights, just like my Mazda Carol. This pops open, of course there's no engine there. Beautiful lines, absolutely beautiful lines. What wheels we got here? SSR mesh. Look at that. That is damn cool. God, I'm stoked to be here, people. And look at the shape of that glass. Yeah. Orange interior. Looking amazing. Engine is right there. I wonder how this would sound. And butterfly doors. Hinged there. And you can see the point just there. So sort of like Toyota Serra style doors. Though you could argue that it has this style doors. And, you know, I'm sure there's some car nerd out there, and I'm glad there is, that can point out that there was yet another car prior to this one that had this type of door. I can see some radio controls behind the shifter, AM, FM, presumably tuning up, tuning down. Some sort of balance controls. Funky. Yeah, okay. Can't see the gauges, but they're buried in there somewhere. There's just glare and, you know, people. You know how it is. Okay, and then we can see the rotary symbol. Oh, this is so damn cool. I can see the engine. Wait a sec, can I? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Old Bridgestone tyre. I mean, Bridgestone being a local Kyushu company, of course, from back in the day, Ishibashi, Stonebridge, Bridgestone, whatever. And there it is. That's the iconic rear of the car. Now, the designer, he wanted it to be as far from a car design as possible. He also was well aware that the lights, the system that they came up with the lights, was not going to be legal, but he didn't give a damn. And I believe the idea was this back panel could be changed for various configurations. This is the only one I know of, but they did mention some other configurations. And that font, it's got me thinking of People magazine, which was a great magazine in Australia back in the day. And fascinating exhaust setup. That probably deserves a video of its own. Quad tips going into twin tips, I guess, but cool. And I can see the transfer case, independent rear suspension, of course. And this is absolutely incredible. Now, as a practical consideration, this sort of body on a road car is a bit weird. Ultimately, it's flimsy or awkward. You know, weather, I don't know, like things could get inside there very, very easily. So hardly a practical solution this is. but oh so stylish. Whew. I think I'm gonna need a cigarette after this one, people.
And before we finish, just a couple things to clarify, and those tail lights, which really are an incredible aspect of this car. Apparently when cruising down the road or accelerating, they were green. When you began to apply the brakes, they would turn yellow, and when the car came to a stop, they went red. So clearly not legal, but 100% down to the designer's whimsy. And no doubt there's a lot more that can be said about this car, but for me it was about my experience, so a bit selfish of me. But do check out the Pen Online article, link below, and that's going to have some great information for you. And then finally, let me just tell you about the last few days in the life of me. Hopped in my car, drove many hundreds of kilometers to Hiroshima, also to Okayama, saw some wasabi cars along the way. They'll be in a future video, definitely for Patreons. There'll be some extra content, and also for YouTube channel members. And I also visited the Fukuyama Clock and Automobile Museum, which was an incredible experience. There's going to be some old school wasabi cars, and some of them are incredible, and I'm not showing you any vision yet, but holy snapping whatevers, it was incredible. Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, all that. Take it easy, goodbye.
Let's go.
Legendary.